So welcome to the IMGL Masterclass European Regulation, the Future of Online for Land-Based. This is co-produced by ICE 365 and the International Masters of Gaming Law. I'm Joerg Hoffmann, the moderator of this panel, and it's a great pleasure to have you here with me today. We have some excellent speakers on our panel, which I'm happy to introduce to you immediately. But let me say just a few words about what we are discussing. There are numerous combinations across the European Union for the regulation of land-based and online casinos within the member states. In some jurisdictions, land-based casinos are allowed to offer online gaming services as well. In others, they are limited to land-based products only, facing competition from licensed or even illegal online casinos. We can see monopolies and we can see black markets. A new era is dawning in Germany. For the first time, online casino games will be licensed. Is this a threat or an opportunity for the land-based industry? This, with the view on the cross-border presentation across Europe and some special focus on Germany, will be what we are going to discuss in a few seconds. I have two excellent speakers, which are both board members of the European Casino Association, so experts in the land-based casino industry, both well known. I was happy to welcome Jaldung from Sweden. He's been in the casino industry for 20 years and serves since 2008 as the CEO of the casino Cosmopol in Sweden, which operates 3 mid-sized land-based casinos. Pierre also proudly serves as the chairman of the European Casino Association, the ECA, since 2015, supporting approximately the impressive number of 900 casinos across Europe in 28 member states. And I'm happy to welcome Thomas Schenk from Germany. He started in the casino industry in 2012 and is working for a land-based casino operator here in Germany, in Baden-Württemberg, the Baden-Württembergische Spielbanken GmbH und Co. KG, including the famous casino in Baden-Baden, which I think you all know. He is the head of human resources and chief legal officer of the operator, and he's representing German-based land-based casinos in the European Casino Association as a member of the board. So now, right into our discussion, Per, I'd like to start with you, raising the question from your European-wide experience. What happens to land-based casino when online casinos are licensed?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for inviting us from the ECA to this panel. Well, first of all, you're very right. It's such a big variety of regulations across Europe because it is of national interest and can be regulated on a national level. So there's all kinds of regulations across Europe, and we have some different experiences depending on what country you look at. But I would certainly say that the market is growing as online casinos gets introduced. First of all, online casinos are available at all times, around the clock. It's also available everywhere because you basically have your casino in your pocket. It is growing mostly in the mobile version. It can also be played, of course, in iPads and on the computer. But it's really an on cell phone product, I would say. That's where the fastest growth is. It's also slot machines, but also live casino. And I would especially say that the live casino version is what is growing most rapidly at this point. We have some very successful providers of this product, and it's growing the market. However, also the land-based can benefit from this development. In some cases, the land-based casino itself also runs an online casino, and sometimes it's not the case. But either way, the knowledge about casino games, people enjoy them, and the interest is growing. So I would say, on one hand, yes, more competition for the land-based. On the other hand, also a bigger interest in among the people in general.
including the games. Do you see some kind of synergy if people were keen to see the real casino life and go into the land-based entities and play on a table or play with a slot machine, not just remotely on the screen?
I think we will see more and more synergies like that, where in case there is a land-based part and an online that can work together in the same company, I certainly see that you can work with loyalty programs. You can have enhanced gaming experience through jackpots that could build both in land-based environment as well as online, and certain benefits and products and services that works between the two channels.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Germany. In Germany, as of 1st of July, there's a new regime, which is the new interstate treaty coming into force then, providing the licensing regime for casino-type games as well, not just sports betting as it is at the moment. So for casino, for the land-based industry, this might be an interesting perspective as well. Thomas, you can apply for a license for virtual slot machines like everyone and for online poker without restrictions. But table games like roulette, baccarat, blackjack are only licensed very selectively. Which options are interesting for the casinos, for the land-based casinos, which you represent, and where can the casinos use their particular strengths for the digital distribution channel?
Yes, thank you, Joerg. Obviously, online options are very interesting for German casino providers on the land-based side of the providers, because so far land-based casino providers were not allowed to advertise online, and obviously were not allowed to offer table games online, which is also a channel of distribution for German casino providers. And now this opportunity has or will arise in July for German operators to also take their table games online. This is also the reason why it is selected, or why the selection progress or process is rather restricted, because in Germany there was a gray market, an illegal market even for online gambling for the last 10 years, and due to regulations or due to a lack of regulation, German land-based casino providers were not able to really penetrate that market at that time, but the online offers were already there. So now we are able to also offer online gambling in Germany, and this table game section is very important. It is a casino, a land-based casino distribution opportunity to take this online, and due to this opportunity, it has to be a bit more restricted to really offer a good opportunity for the land-based casino operators. Because other than that, I will go into that bit in a bit more detail. The already on the market, the online gaming providers that were already on the market, they basically divided the German casino online gambling market between themselves, and now it would be very hard for a land-based casino operator to really set a foothold in that market. And that is why the regulation sees the table games and classic casino games in the hands of land-based casino operators. And this is our first step, but obviously you mentioned that there are also other opportunities for licensing, and virtual slot games and online poker are available for licensing as well, but they are not as restricted as table games. And obviously German land-based casinos, they do not only offer table games. Slot machines grew to be the most successful gambling offer of land-based casinos in recent years, and therefore a diverse operation must have a diverse offer of available games as well. So obviously in a second step, German land-based casinos will also try to acquire licenses for virtual slot machines, and so that they can give their consumers or customers also the opportunity to play virtual slot machines combined with their table games operation online. It is becoming a real omni-channel experience that German land-based casino operators will be able to offer in the future. And omni-channel also means omni-entertainment. So every possibility should be on the table for German land-based casino operators.
Yeah, I think that's a real outlook into the future. Do you agree that the future is online and land-based? And probably if you look at the development, let's look back for 10 years and combine or compare the land-based industry where it used to be 10 years ago, same with online, and where they are now, some figures, and where are we going, probably from an international perspective, or just by way of exampling the situation in Sweden, where you have deep insights.
Absolutely, I would be happy to share some information on this subject. First of all, like Thomas said, online offers has been present for a long time. Sometimes it seems like, some people think that it's being regulated, but most of the times in most countries there has been a regulation, except that the online offer has been banned, which is also a regulation, really. But it's hard to stop. So it has been present and available in many jurisdictions for a long time. And in Sweden, combined, all online casinos had a combined GGR of roughly 100 million euros about 10 years ago. Okay, and that was also the combined revenue of the land-based casinos. So they were about the same size back then. And what has happened since is that the online casinos has grown about 6 times. There's about 600 million now.
And land-based?
Okay. No, the online casino market is now about 600 million euros. And the land-based has a little bit lower GGR, but it's still back in 2019 it was 100 million euros.
Which
so even if the online is providing such a fantastic competition to our land-based offer, the land-based seemed to hold its ground pretty well, because it is a different product in the regards of the combined offer of the classical games where you can hold the cards, you throw the dice, the roulette ball is spinning, and you play with other people in a social context, which is very different from the online casino experience, where the games can be great, but mostly it's the people play by themselves when they play online. Of course, also with the great food and beverage that we can offer, and other types of entertainment and shows, etc. So it's more of a complete entertainment offer on land-based, and I think that this underlying fundamental demand is still there, even if you add on the online offer. So I have great hope that we will also in the future be able to have classical casinos. But you must never forget, we have to reinvent. We have to revamp our casinos all the time to stay interesting, attract a younger crowd, and we are also looking into the online combinations that we talked about before.
That is a perfect assessment. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Finally, Thomas. Let's compare Europe with Germany. In the EU, we have these regulatory diversity among the member states. Are there similar differences if you look at the federal states, which are 16 in Germany, or is that all the same?
Yeah, very interesting question, Joerg. I think the interstate treaty really says it all. It's a treaty that is will come into effect between all 16 states in Germany, and it's federal. It will be introduced in Germany, or it is introduced, and every state in Germany will introduce their own federal law for this interstate treaty as well. So it is very similar to the EU approach. Where every member state creates their own gambling regulation, basically. And gambling regulation is handled on a state level in Germany. So this is the state's thing to do. And every state has a different approach, as in the EU. For example, the handling of online casino game licenses can be done in very different ways, obviously. You always have the opportunity to use a state-owned company for this task, but some states don't even have a state-owned company, so they will have to rather give a license to a privately owned casino operator, or not a casino operator at all. It really depends on how the state is transferring the interstate treaty into federal law. And there are other states in Germany that have more than one casino operator, so they will be able to have even multiple concession holders for land-based casinos, and therefore also for online gambling licenses.
Right.
And so there is quite a big diversity in Germany as well as in the EU, and there is even more variety possible, because there is also a chance in the industry in the interstate treaty that you have the choice to build a collaboration over multiple states in Germany as well, and the very interesting thing about all of this is that the federal law so far is not yet effective everywhere in Germany. So you can only guess where the journey will end and where it starts. And the date is approaching very quickly, 1st of July. We will see how many federal what federal regulation will be in effect by that date. So to say in a nutshell, basically, with the 16 different state regulations in one EU member state, many different license holders and many different implementation plans, the German variety is very comparable to the respective EU variety.
We can expect very different models within these member states of federal states of Germany, casino operators, land-based casino operators offering online gaming, or maybe other state-owned operators or private operators, which could be land-based casino operators or even online operators. It's a diversity. And the German parliaments, the Länder parliaments, they have to provide the legal basis. And as you said, they're not really ready to do so. So this will be interesting to monitor the development. In a way, Germany reflects the situation in Europe. Things are in motion, and you cannot look from a broader perspective and say it's all the same. I think that's an interesting conclusion. I'd like to thank my panelists for their excellent contributions. I'd like to say thank you to ICE 365, Sadie and team for preparing this so well and putting this together. And of course, IMGL for their support. And last but not least, all the viewers outside for enjoying us in discussing gambling legal regulation across Europe and Germany. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon again. Stay safe, please.